Assalamu alaikum, this is Maruf and my roll number is 64. The topic of my presentation is cationic polymerization. So first of all we should learn that what is polymerization. Now polymerization is a process in which small molecules called as monomers combine together to form a large chain-like molecules which are called as polymers. And a cationic polymerization is a type of polymerization in which ions are used to influence the reaction. So as the name is the cationic polymerization, from this we can say that the ions used in this process are the positively charged ions or the cations. Now the cationic polymerization also consists of a cationic initiator which transfers charge to a monomer, and then that monomer further reacts with other monomers to form a polymer. One thing which should be noted is that only two types of monomers can be used in this polymerization, which are alkenes and the heterocycles. The alkenes must contain an electron donating group so that the carbon can give its electron to the cationic initiator. Now the cationic initiators are also of two types. One are those which are obtained from the protonic acids, and the other are those which are obtained from the base acids. The famous examples of the protonic acids are sulfuric acid, hydrochloric acid, and perchloric acid, while the famous examples of the base acid are boron trifluoride, boron trichloride, aluminum trichloride, and titanium tetrachloride. Mechanism of cationic polymerization. Now the cationic polymerization takes place in three steps: the chain initiation step, the chain propagation step, and the chain termination step. So the chain initiation step. Now this step is used to start the polymerization reaction. This is further divided into two different steps. In the first step, a cationic initiator is generated, and in the second step, that cationic initiator is reacted with a monomer. Let us take an example. So in this example we are using the protonic acid sulfuric acid, which first breaks into a cation and an anion. Now in the second step, the cation obtained in the first step reacts with a monomer. Now what happens here is that the pi bond in the monomer breaks when the protonium ion acts on it, and after that the carbon donates its electron pair to the hydrogen, which then forms a covalent bond with the CH2, and as a result of which a positive charge comes to the carbon. Now this is known as a carbocation or a cationic monomer. And the chain initiation step is completed here. The next step is the chain propagation step. Now what happens in this process is that the chain or the formation of the chain is done. The monomer which was obtained in the chain initiation process now interacts with another monomer and forms a chain. For example, in this case, the monomer which we obtained in the previous slide reacts with a monomer, and then it gives us a dimer. Now what happens here is that the positive charge attacks on this pi bond, as a result of which this bond is broken, and the positive charge moves towards the next carbon, and the hydrogen forms a covalent bond with the CH2, just like here it is done. Now this dimer then is then connected with other monomers to form a chain-like structure, which is known as polymer. For example, if we take n number of if we take n number of monomers to react with the dimer, then we get a structure like this. Now here this side of this polymer is the monomer which we reacted, and this side and this whole side is the dimer which was reacted with other monomers. Now here the chain propagation process ends. After this, our next step comes, which is the final step of the cationic polymerization. Now this step is considered as a step because of which our chain propagation stops and we get our desired polymer. Now the chain termination reaction takes place at the room temperature, and if the room temperature is not maintained, the propagation reaction proceeds very rapidly and we cannot get our desired polymer. Here in this case, we are having the polymer which we obtained in the chain propagation step. Now this polymer releases the plutonium ion, as a result of which a double bond is formed at this carbon, and because of this we got our final polymer. This is how our cationic polymerization is done. Kinetics of the reaction. Now I am going to sound the rate of the reaction, especially the rate of the propagation reaction, which will tell that how fast the propagation reaction will be done or how much time it will take to complete. So for this purpose, consider the following reactions. Our first reaction is the initiation reaction, which includes of two steps which we read before. In the step 1, I is an acid which is reacting with a compound ZY and giving us a initiator, where Y plus is the cationic initiator along with a negative radical. In the step 2, this initiator now reacts with a monomer M and gives us a carbocation. Now here the positive charge on the initiator reacts with the monomer and breaks the Y bond of the monomer, as a result of which the positive charge will be shifted toward the carbon atom in the monomer. Note that K and Ki are the equilibrium constants of these reactions. Now here Ri is the rate of this initiation reaction only, which is equal to K, the constant of the step 1, into Ki, the constant of the step 2, into the concentration of the acid into the concentration of the compound ZY, and multiply the concentration of the monomer which was reacted in the step 2 to the initiator. Now after this initiation reaction comes the propagation reaction, as we studied before. In this step the carbocation which was obtained in the initiation step 2 reacts with the monomers to form a chain called as a polymer. This carbocation is now reacting with this monomer and giving us a chain-like structure. Note that here the radical IZ, which is a negative radical, does not react in this reaction, and the positive charge of the M is then forwarded to another carbon atom which is in this monomer, to which our carbocation reacts. Now finding the rate of this reaction. The rate of this reaction is equal to Kp, which is the constant of the propagation reaction, into the concentration of the reactant, which is the concentration of the carbocation and the concentration of the monomer reactant. After this propagation reaction, the next and the final reaction is the termination reaction, which will stop the chain of the propagation reaction Here the product of the propagation reaction, which is the polymer, releases the protonium ion to give us our desired polymer, and the rate of the reaction is written as follows, where Kt is the constant of the termination reaction, and this is the concentration of the reactant. Moving on to the next slide. Now here we are using the steady state equation to find the rate of propagation. According to the steady state equation, the rate of initiation is equal to the rate of termination, and what we are doing is we are substituting the values in this equation. This is the value of the rate of initiation and this is the value of the rate of termination, and by substituting these values in this equation we get an equation like this. Now what we are doing is that we are moving the K towards the left hand side beneath this value by making its dividend, because we want this value alone so that we can put it in the rate of propagation. Now we are using this rate of propagation, and what we are doing in this step is we have substituted the value of this component in this rate, and our equation becomes Rp is equal to Kp, and this whole term comes here, and M is the concentration of the monomer in this equation. Now this equation is used to tell the rate of propagation easily, and we can find by this anytime we need. So this is the end of my presentation. I hope you like it. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.